Cheyenne's Discovery, a story of healing in her. Cheyenne and her best friends, Ashley, Ozia, and Letitia, gathered around the worn cardboard box like curious schoolgirls uncovering a time capsule. It was nestled deep in Larry's closet, filled with the forgotten remnants of his late wife Erin's life. Dust danced in golden beams of sunlight, shimmering through the blinds like a soft hymn of memory. "Look at these," Cheyenne whispered, lifting a delicate silk scarf. It shimmered like a secret, a whisper from the past. They all leaned in, captivated by the soft textures and vibrant colors. Ashley pulled out a journal, its leather cover worn but regal. "This looks personal," she said gently, as if her voice could break the spell. There were no crude jokes or shocking discoveries, only intimate glimpses of Erin's world. A scarf that still smelled faintly of jasmine, handwritten notes tucked into the folds of lace, love letters, poetry, snapshots of a woman no longer there, but whose energy still lingered in every soft edge of silk and every seat of paper. "I think Erin might have been more like us than Larry knew," Letitia said thoughtfully, her fingers brushing a photo of Erin embracing another woman. They all paused, a shared glance, a silent understanding. "You think she was in love with her?" Ashley asked, her voice as delicate as the pages of the journal. "Maybe," Cheyenne replied, "or maybe she was just exploring who she was." Later that evening, the others left to drop boxes off at the storage unit, but Cheyenne stayed behind. The kitchen light above Larry hummed quietly as she stepped in. He sat with a beer in hand, his face worn, his eyes distant. She hesitated for a moment before sitting down across from him. "I found something," she said gently, "something of Erin's." Larry's shoulders stiffened, but he didn't speak. Instead, he looked down at his hands. She seemed complex, beautiful, but layered. It made me think there's more to her story, maybe more to yours too. Larry sighed, the weight of grief still thick in his voice. "She was everything to me, and yet I think there were parts of her I never really saw." Cheyenne reached out, her fingers brushing his lightly. "It's okay not to have all the answers, Larry. We're all still figuring ourselves out." He finally looked at her, and in that gaze, Cheyenne saw something she hadn't expected. Vulnerability wrapped in strength, and a longing for connection. That night, Cheyenne found herself unable to sleep, not because of discomfort, but because of curiosity. Her mind wandered, not to fantasies, but to possibilities, to compassion, to human complexity, to Erin, to Larry, and most of all, to herself. She had never seen herself in Erin before, but tonight she did. The next day, Cheyenne returned, not with judgment, not with questions, but with presence. She helped Larry clean, organize, breathe life back into the home that had been a mausoleum of memories. Eventually, in a quiet moment, he opened up. "She used to write love notes," Larry said, showing her one Erin had left tucked behind a picture frame. "To me, and maybe to someone else. I never felt threatened. It just made me realize how much capacity she had to love." Cheyenne smiled. "Love is expansive, Larry. It doesn't always fit into boxes." Days passed, then weeks. What grew between them wasn't scandal or seduction, but something deeper: friendship, healing, a shared tenderness that transcended labels. But while Cheyenne comforted Larry, she was also falling in love with someone else entirely. It was Ozia. It started slowly: late night phone calls, long walks, shared glances that said more than words, a knowing touch on the shoulder, a voice that soothed. One night on the rooftop of Cheyenne's apartment, as the city lights blinked like sleepy fireflies, Ozia leaned in. "I think I'm falling for you," she said, Cheyenne's heart swelled with something soft and radiant. I think I already have. There were no fireworks, no grand declarations, just the serenity of two women finally seen, finally safe. Their story wasn't about conquest, it was about coming home to one another. Cheyenne visited Larry less after that, not out of neglect, but because he had found his peace, and she had found her purpose. The last time she saw him, he smiled and said, "Erin would have loved you. She would have seen herself in you." Cheyenne nodded, tears in her eyes, and she would have seen you as a man worth loving again.